everybody, welcome back. I don't care if you're starving. The customer always comes first.
Excuse me. Can you believe that?
He's screwed.
Madam, you are sorely mistaken. This story was submitted by Tomato Ketchup on Tales from Retail. All right, Reddit. So normally I'd make a throwaway account for this type. But not today. Ooh, we're using the main account. T. I am so pissed. I don't even care. So anyway, here's the story. It's 2 p.m. today and I am starving.
So hungry.
I'm just coming back from the fast food joint down the street and I'm walking toward the break room with my food in hand, hoping to enjoy a quiet, peaceful lunch to re-energize myself. So I can continue dealing with the endless waves of snarky customers that my workplace is notorious for attracting. Ooh, I'm curious as to where this actually is. It says Tales from Retail, so that gives you some idea. As I'm getting the door, this blonde woman, around her 50s, begins to follow me. I can feel her following me. And she begins to do that that is so freaking annoying. She continues about 3 times, but I ignore her since, I'm not a freaking dog or anything. After she realizes I'm not gonna react to her summons, the conversation goes a little something like this.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm just on break right now, but let me get one of the other employees to help you. Oh! Hey, is anyone available to help a customer right now? I'm just on break.
I beg your finest pardon, young lady. I am a valued customer, and I demand to be treated as such. You are gonna help me right now, and that is that.
Ma'am, I would love to help you, but I'm on my lunch break and I only have 30 minutes, so someone else is gonna help you, okay?
I don't give a shit if you're starving. The
Ma'am.
customer always comes first. Ah! I demand you help me right now. Get back out here. I'd like to speak to your manager.
I mean, the customer only comes first if, you're actually working. You're not getting paid for that time, okay?
Well, technically, I'm off the clock.
You ain't getting paid to deal with Karen here. She began to angrily pound on it for a few seconds until she finally stopped. Presumably because a co-worker came to the rescue. I later found out that she complained to the manager, and of course the manager simply brown-nosed her and told her that I would be dealt with.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
As an employee should never refuse service to a customer, even if they are on break.
That's technically illegal.
Okay, but
Are we getting paid for that? Cause I'm pretty sure that breaks are not paid.
at least they weren't when I worked in retail. I literally had to physically clock out and clock back in. This supposedly applies even if I call an employee over the walkie for help.
You open this door right
Did
now!
someone call for a manager?
Finally! Are you the manager?
Ma'am, please calm down.
What kind of establishment are you running here? Is that how you teach your employees to treat customers?
No, ma'am. We value our customers immensely. I'll make sure I have a stern chat with that employee to make sure they know how to talk to
A
customers.
stern talking to? I demand that you fire that employee right now. I don't ever want to see them again.
Well, I'm gonna have to talk to the big man upstairs about that, but I'll see what I can do, okay?
You do that. Now where's my coupon?
Honestly, I'm just venting. I'm getting sick and frickin' tired of this company and the management, especially the customers though. Anyways, there's my rant. What the frick is wrong with people, man? I mean, a lot. There's a lot of things wrong with people. Like, is that a rhetorical question? I always find that the people that are like this to employees are people that have never worked a day in their life.
Yay me!
If you had worked a day in your life, you would know break time is sacred time. It's the time you get to reset and recharge to deal with the fact that you make minimum wage at a job that you hate. At At certain places I know, if you're clocked out for break, you're actually not allowed to service anyone, and you and your management are liable to get in trouble if you attempt to do so. If your company has this policy, I'd complain to corporate that you were reprimanded for following policy. OP responds, yeah, they have the policy, but nothing really happens if I report anything to corporate because the managers can BS their way out of anything. I've tried to make several complaints before about other things and they never got anywhere. It seems pointless. Technically, if you're helping the customer, you're on the clock. Correct. I would literally be so petty. Like I would clock back in and then help the customer. And then when I'm done helping the customer, I'd clock back out. Cause ain't no way am I helping a customer and not getting paid for it.
Money, please. My money.
Plus, you are legally required to have a 30-minute break if you work over a certain number of hours, 6 in some states, 8 in others. So if you have to bill 2 minutes for helping a customer, let's be honest, this woman's gonna take more than 2 minutes. It's illegal because you got an inadequate break.
You know something? You're right.
I mean, it kind of depends on the place that you live, but something tells me that if it means making a sale instead of not making a sale, I feel like companies would just say it. We have an update, but before we get to the update, this would be a great time to bring up the fact that we turned on channel memberships. Right now, there's 2 different tiers with perks, including 20% off merch. I have some new merch coming out that you guys have been begging for.
Please, 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 please.
I've been working on it for a while. It needs to be perfect. Plus, by becoming a channel member, you're supporting the creation of videos like this one. So thank you so much to those who have already joined, and thank you in advance to anyone thinking of joining. Your support means the world to me. Back to the video. Update number 1, posted the next day. I decided to follow your guys' advice and I called corporate to complain that I was basically reprimanded for following policy and refusing service to a customer during my break. Of course, corporate immediately sided with me. Oh, that's good.
Good? Good.
And everything seemed like it was going to be fixed and my name would be cleared. But no, of course not. In the world of retail, things aren't always so clear cut.
I do want pink crumb, thank you. Hello?
How can I help you?
Yes, I would like to speak to you about a horrifying interaction I had with one of your employees. Well, she said she couldn't help me because she was on a break. Can you believe that? A break. Never in all my years. What does she need a break from anyway? Scanning barcodes? It's not like her job is hard anyway. Ow! Eduardo! Gentle. Young people just don't want to work anymore, do they?
We have
Labor laws? Give me a break. I demand that you fire this employee right now or I will take my business elsewhere. You know what? I'd like to speak to your supervisor. Matter of fact, I want to speak to your CEO.
Can I put you on hold?
Yes, I'll hold.
Barbara.
Piper, no. No, don't even worry about it, honey. Yes, I would love it if you fired them. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Let's see you at the club next weekend. I'll see you there. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
This is just on a power trip at this point. It's one thing if you're on the clock and you're being rude to another customer. It's an entirely different thing if you're setting a boundary and saying that you are literally not being paid for this time, so someone else on the clock has to help you. Now guys, the thing is, the store has cameras and turns out they investigated, and since the audio is not available, the only thing seen was me walking away from the woman and slamming the break room door behind me. Oh no. Now, you think that would be bad enough, right? Wrong. Guess what? I asked a supervisor who's a longtime buddy of mine to check the punch-in sheet. It's automatically filed in by the computer, but is editable by management, just out of curiosity. And guess what? Someone deleted my break time that was logged into the system.
Right to jail, right away.
So now, not only am I being accused for refusing service to a customer, but I'm also being accused of not clocking out and leaving the premises to get food. Honestly, just quit at this point. Like, this is like, I'm sorry. This is so stupid. What the frick, Reddit? Was this a computer error or did the manager really do this on purpose to save his own? I mean, if you can remember clocking out and the manager actually has the power to like delete things in the system, like they for sure deleted it. Or does he simply not like me? We have a long history of run-ins with each other and it's openly well known that he does not like me. But Reddit, here's the thing. I will not lay down and die like a I will fight this thing to the end, even if right now it seems like I have no allies. Oh my goodness, we ride at dawn for you. I don't know what I can do to fight this thing, but I will, well, try my hardest. Updates will follow if something new comes to light. OP said in the comments, yes, I specifically remember clocking in and out. And yes, there's a camera by the punch scanner, but I wouldn't be surprised to find missing footage or claims of a faulty camera. Would it look like a cover-up instead of a coincidence? Sure, but the manager would probably figure better than real physical evidence. The fact that you even have to do this, like, over something that's like so self-explanatory, like you're on your break. Even if you didn't punch in and out, you're entitled to a 30-minute break. Update number 2, posted a day later. So basically, 2 big things happened today, and I will try to explain them in as much detail as possible.
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
1, I woke up bright and early and made a call to corporate. My plan here was to simply state that I needed my issue investigated further, even if it seemed like there was no problem on their end. As expected, the person on the other end of the phone told me the same thing that they had already told me the first time I called. But then I said the magic word. Subpoena.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Oh my goodness. Wait, did we have a subpoena? Or were you planning on filing a subpoena? It's so funny. The minute that you bring in anything, like the minute you like CC a lawyer or like send a cease and desist or threaten legal action, this is like the ultimate power move. Like, let's say even if you're getting like mistreated on a flight by flight staff. I've heard of stories of people just being like, do we have any lawyers on board? And then the flight staff that are misbehaving literally just and continue on. It's a fun card to play. My favorite thing is when I'm getting pushed around in emails and then I CC my lawyer and have him respond for me.
Listen to me, you're wrong.
I will tell you that as a people pleaser, having a lawyer is like the ultimate, not only power move, but it's also like, it speaks to me because like I'm not mean enough to say what the lawyer wants to say, but the lawyer's definitely mean enough.
Stop your whining, you little girl. Be a man.
The lawyer doesn't give a. So as soon as I made the claim, yet firm threat, the person immediately told me to hold on for a second. Interesting how they weren't willing to compromise before you threatened legal action. He got his supervisor on the line, whom I explained my situation to once again, and he reassured me he would see into the matter. Oh, and I also asked for a way to email the president of the company, and I sent an email to him explaining my situation.
I'd like to speak to the manager, please.
I love how it just keeps escalating. But I didn't stop there. See, I had another plan. I was going to catch my manager myself, red-handed. You know, just in case corporate done goofs. So 2, I walk in to work and I immediately go to the manager's office. I stand in front of him and the conversation goes a little something like this.
Can I talk to you? It's important. Can it wait? I need to finish looking over these documents before 12. Very important.
No, it can't wait. So the shift supervisor told me that my clock in, clock out time from 3 days ago wasn't on the log, and I know I clocked in and out, so any idea what happened?
Huh. That's weird. I'll look into it for you. Okay.
Oh, no need. I already called corporate, and they said they'd look into it personally.
Ooh, confronting. Love a little confrontation, as long as it's not me doing the confronting. At this point, I had the widest eating grin I've ever had in my life. It felt good, man. Real freaking good.
Looking good, Billy Ray.
Feeling good, Lewis.
Most people would just quit at this point, but like, you got time. You got the time today. I love it. I'm living for this pettiness.
You know, that wasn't really necessary. You should have come to me first.
Oh, I know, but I just didn't want to waste your time, seeing as you're so busy all the time, looking over important documents, right?
Now you listen here, tomato ketchup. I'm not really liking your tone right now.
I apologize. I just wanted to give you a heads up in case corporate asks. You know how they are.
This manager probably thought you were just gonna do nothing. At this point, some of you might be saying why I included the last part. Why? Because I had a small suspicion that since he's a recently made manager, 3 months now, he probably didn't know the system logs all deletions and re-entries. Goody. Sure, you would be told this if you become manager, but I was trying my luck at this point because A, I don't see who else could have deleted my log times, and B, if it was him who deleted them, he obviously didn't know about the fact that the deletions are tracked. Okay, so what's my end game here? Simple. I was hoping that due to this threat about corporate, he would simply go back and add my times back into the log. And guess what? What? He did just that. But wait, there's more.
There is always more.
Just a couple of hours into my shift, I see the manager leaving the store, angrily slamming the manager's office door on his way out. Why so serious? It's not because you got caught? When I asked my supervisor buddy what happened, the conversation went like this.
Hey, have you seen the manager? Why is he so mad? Not sure. He was on the phone with corporate for a few minutes and asked me why I told you the time logs weren't there. I'm gonna go find out.
Oh, man, this is a conspiracy at this point. These people are trifling. So my supervisor runs out the front door to catch up with my manager. They talk for a while outside, after which my manager gets in his car and angrily drives off. Then my supervisor comes back inside.
Oh, brother, I don't know how to tell you this, but he's screwed. Corporate found evidence of data tampering in the punch log. Apparently, he deleted your times yesterday and added them back today to cover his... Pardon my French. He didn't know the system can track that stuff? I guess not. Ooh, man, that's bad. That's not in the employee handbook. Hope he doesn't get in too much trouble. Yep.
He'll probably get fired and I'll probably, well, keep my job. I mean, do you even want it at this point?
Probably not.
Like, this was just a little parting gift, in my opinion. I could not have done without you guys or your support, and I certainly could not have come up with half the ideas or thought processes that got me out of this hole. And for those of you saying I should have just let it be instead of causing more problems, no. Fair enough, babes. That is not how you do things when someone is trying to frick with your life. Fair enough. Thanks again for all your support. I hope I have more stories to share with you in the near future. Tomato Ketchup, signing off. I just love that OOP went to the extra mile to catch their manager red-handed. Justice boner. Is anyone else like a little turned on right now? The thing is, what the manager did was completely unjustifiable. He could have left it at, oh sure, let me reprimand my employee and call it good. You give the guy a good telling off and that's that. The worst that could happen afterwards is he got a lecturing from corporate on break policy. Once he messed with his employee's time card, he sealed his fate. A decent company won't stand for that and will track it because it can be a legal issue at that point. I mean, realistically also, like, the manager could have just gone back and, said something to the customer and not escalated it and not gotten the employee in trouble. You gotta have your employees' backs because everybody's dealt with a crappy customer. And like, an employee is entitled to a break. They are entitled to time off. Even me as like a manager or a boss. Sometimes I get carried away, text people on the weekend. And that's like, I have to like stop myself and be like, dude, it's the weekend. It's a long weekend. Let's give people a break. Write up your texts and send them Monday morning. Because your employees are entitled to time off. They don't live for that job, okay? They live for the money to be able to afford time off. But I'm proud of you, Tomato Ketchup. Most people would just bow down and quit or let themselves get fired. But you didn't. You went that extra mile. And you kept that probably minimum wage job for a little longer and then probably quit later. But it's the principle, isn't it? Subscribe!